You can't hear yourself anymore. You can't hear that impulse voice of what makes you an individual, of what makes you different, of what you love. So you have to understand that you're cutting through this vast cloud of smoke, the screen that has been put in front of you that is preventing you from understanding yourself. So you have to look inward, and it takes time. It is a process like everything else. A lot of people come to me with this problem, and they're in a hurry. They're in a hurry to know what their life's task is. I'm saying you can't understand that in a day or a week or a month. It's going to take years. First phase of the process is discovering your life's task. And that's the key to everything. It's the key to having a fulfilled life. It's the key to being happy in life. It's the key to reaching the goals that you want. Because what it is the process of self-understanding, self-knowledge. You have to become aware of what you were destined for in this life. You were born a unique individual. And it's a very interesting thought. It's the same kind of thought about your brain. There will never be another Michael Gervais. Your DNA is unique. The way your parents brought you up, their DNA is unique. The way they brought you up is unique. Your early experiences. You are a true individual, right? And that spark, that individuality is, I would compare to like a seed, right? It's been planted in you. And your destiny, your fate in life is to know what that seed is, to know who you are, what makes you different from everybody else, and to cultivate it. And if you don't understand that, the apprenticeship phase will be misery, because you will start trying to learn and do things that aren't suited to your nature. Your brain has what I call a grain to it.
And we see this in, for example, schools and what they call the system. You know, many call that. You just go and what they have, what they give you, not what you want. You know, it's not a job that you want. It's what's there, what's available. You know what I mean?
And there's a book that I tell people that I like a lot called The 5 Frames of Intelligence by Howard Gardner. And he basically shows that there are 5 different kinds of intelligence. We tend to overemphasize the intellectual, the analytical skill, but there's musical intelligence, pattern intelligence, mathematical intelligence, there's social intelligence, there's kinetic intelligence, which has to do with the body and movement. There are 5 of them, I don't remember all of them. Yeah. You have one of them. There's one of them that's stronger than the others, right? It's where your brain naturally gravitates towards. And if you don't have the right fit, if you're launch your career, you go into law because you think it's going to be making a lot of money, but in fact, your brain and your that seed was made for something else. You're going to end up hitting a wall at some point. You're going to be burning yourself out, and your life will take bad turns, and things will, you will never reach the goals that you want. And so, if you don't know who you are, if you don't know what makes you different, then the apprenticeship phase is useless.
Yeah, and we're skirting the kind of the obvious is mastery of self and mastery of craft. Mm-hmm. And I am far more interested in mastery of self. The craft is just a unique working laboratory to better understand it. Where do you orientate, mastery of self or mastery of craft?
Well, these are words, and really mastery is an organic whole, and it's kind of hard to separate the two. Because yourself is the craft, and the craft is yourself.
Let's hear that again. That's important, man.
And it's kind of hard to separate the two, because yourself is the craft, and the craft is yourself. So the dividing line is very fluid. And so the craft is what's training you. Like writing books has changed me. I'm not the same person. I am the person who writes the books, right? And yet I bring myself to it. And to reach that level, I've had to master myself. And it's been a very arduous, difficult process. It took me many years. I didn't have success until I was basically 38, 39 years old. I was, up till then, quite a bit of a failure. So the process of mastering myself was very, very difficult. But you can't separate that from mastering the art of writing. So if you're just mastering yourself, but you're not doing it for something, it's not connected to a goal, it's not connected to something concrete, then it won't mean anything. We have to live in a physical world. We have to be concrete, physical creatures. And the craft has limitations. You can't do anything. If you're mastering the piano, you can't just play anything. You have to learn the technique. You have to learn scales. There's a process, and it limits you. And working within those limitations develops you as a person, right? So the actual craft itself, the limits that it presents, and the process of mastering them is what will help you master yourself. You can't separate the two.
You can't separate the two. Huh? I always used to think that I just need to work on myself and the other thing will just come in the way, you know? I don't have to have a goal. I just need to work on myself. But this opened some eyes, you know? If you want to be better, improve yourself, you know? Your behavior, your mentality, behavior with the ones that loves you and the ones that you love, like your family, your friends. You can read, search, watch people that are, you know. I think if you're watching this video, you're already in the journey. Good luck and God bless you. And I hope to see you in the next one. Bye bye.